Hey, hope you're doing amazing. I'm back. I'm Samantha and I'm a therapist and I'm creating a video every day for a year. This is video 350. Cannot believe this. Got like 2 weeks left until we're at 365. Cannot believe it. Oh my gosh. Hope you're doing awesome today. Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful mothers out there, and hope your day has been spectacular. And today I wanted to talk about self-doubt and how to slam the door on self-doubt, basically. How to slam that door. You cannot leave the door open to doubt. You have to slam it shut completely. You can't even entertain doubt. You got to decide who you are and act in congruence with that identity. So one thing that I got from Gabby Bernstein, she said to make a list of all the areas in your life that you're lacking the belief that the universe has your back. And next to each one, write, I'm willing to heal. And the one that has the most airtime, give it away for 24 hours and say, thank you, universe, for taking this. I give it away for the next 24 hours. So really think about what areas in your life are you doubting yourself or berating yourself, being mean to yourself, areas where you feel like you're not capable of moving forward. I think one of the most beneficial things that has helped me over the last mainly couple years is watching how I'm speaking to myself, and our self-talk becomes our life. I really do believe that. And if you start speaking to yourself differently, like even when you just look in the mirror every day, watch what goes through your head, watch it and deliberately say, man, you look great today. That really fits your body so nicely today. You look amazing today. Like really hype yourself up, because we probably didn't get that during our life. Some of us might have, but some of us probably didn't. And so I feel like, especially in this time, it's like we've got to be our own cheerleader and our own best friend and speak to ourselves like we would anybody else. And it takes practice to do this. It takes intention to do this. It takes committing to yourself to do this. And I think that as everyone talks about, self-concept is number one. Self-concept is everything. I truly believe that is the root. That is a foundation. That's the root system of everything. That's the foundation that we build on, is how we see ourselves, because how you see yourself is how you see your world, because your world is you reflecting back who you are. And so when I learned that really sunk in my thick skull after all this time, I realized, I was like, man, I've been doing this to me this whole time. I can choose differently, and I'm capable of better. I'm capable of believing more of myself. I'm capable in general. I'm capable of doing what I want and getting what I want and creating what I want. So one thing too that has really stuck out that I will be practicing over the next few months and years is, because I'm addicted to consuming. I love reading. I love watching videos. I love taking notes, but I haven't written my books yet. I haven't gotten a couple things, put together yet that I've been talking about doing for a long time. And that is creation. That is expression. And I'm so used to collecting and consuming. So there's all these videos out there about, stop consuming, start creating. And creating to me is expressing who you are in whatever way that is. So really using your energy to create instead of maybe taking in a bunch of information, which I think sometimes, that becomes entertainment. And there's nothing wrong with entertainment, and we need that sometimes. I'm not saying we don't need information. We do. I love learning. I'll be a lifelong learner, lifelong student. I love learning. But at some point I've realized I've got to start actually creating something from the things that I'm learning. And so, but even if you're not a business owner and you have no desire to be a business owner or start anything, still expressing yourself is so important, and creating through art or mothering even, and fathering, being a parent, that's creation. You created a life, and then you're, creating, helping them create their lives through teaching. And even, teaching is a form of expression, and all these things are I think so important. And I think that when creation stops, when self-expression stops, that's whenever we feel kind of down more, because we're kind of suppressing who we are. So I just want you guys to think about that too. Like, where might you be suppressing yourself and not really fully expressing yourself? We can express ourselves through, clothes and the car we drive and videos that we make on YouTube and all kinds of things. And so I just think it's really important to make sure that you're actually being you every day. And don't forget that, because when you stop being you and you start putting those masks on again, doing things that other people think you should do, or things that you think you should do that maybe you've outgrown, or maybe they just don't make you happy anymore, they don't light you up, you just be aware of those things and decide that you're going to commit to yourself. I'm going to make these changes, and watch what happens when you make that commitment to yourself. It's so important to commit to you. We commit to all these other things and people that we just don't really probably want to commit to. And we, again, abandon ourselves. And I think that's what causes depression sometimes, or the feelings of depression, or the feelings of sadness or grief. It's almost like we've lost ourselves and we're trying to find ourselves again. And so they say, depression is deep rest, is depressed. When you're feeling down, take that time to really reconnect to yourself, because that's probably what your body's trying to tell you. It's like, connect to you again. Let's rest. Let's take a minute. Maybe you've been going too much or grinding too hard. You might need to rest for a little bit. And I have to train myself to rest too, because I'm a go-getter. I'm always on. And so I have to, like today, I made myself take a short nap. And I used to take naps all the time, but recently it's like, oh yeah, I got to remember I need to rest sometimes. So, because I love what I do for a living. So it's like, I don't really feel like I work, but I do expend emotional, bandwidth with clients and everything I'm doing. But I love what I do. So, and it's easy for me, but I still need that mental shutdown sometimes, because it's always on up here. It's always going. It's always thinking and always processing. And then I'm always in my heart too, thinking about what can I create today that might help somebody. So in the videos moving forward, I've kind of been thinking about what I'm going to do. And I kind of I want to get out of this room and go different places. And this is just convenient right now. But I might want to do some walking videos, or, just while I'm on a walk. I think that what's happening with me, I'm noticing in these weekly or these daily videos, is when all day I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. And this is great. And this is great. And I have all these thoughts during the day. And then when I sit down, I'm like, what were those thoughts again that I was thinking earlier? And all the great stuff I was going to talk about. I forget all of it. Literally, I forget all of it, unless there was something that really stood out. So I think during the day, I'm going to just start filming little bits and pieces and maybe putting them together or something. I don't know, but I'm going to start doing something different, I think. And then I'd like to teach out of some books, some Neville books and The Science of Getting Rich, and I just love all these books. But these books are, I think, again, they're to help us get into a state. So real quick on states. I saw a quote today about it was from Neville, and it was don't get stuck on the symbol of something. Why did that happen? I wonder why that showed up, and I wonder why that happened. Because that's just the bridge of events to get you somewhere. But it's more be obsessed with and focused on what state am I in, and make sure you're in a good state. There's the state of lack or abundance, the state of waiting and having. So remember to keep that in your mind and say, what is it that I'm feeling right now? Am I feeling lack, or am I feeling abundant? And keep that in mind, that if you add value to yourself and you start appreciating yourself more and you start talking to yourself with appreciation, you could even literally say, I appreciate you, nose, for being able to smell. The littlest things. Because life would be totally different if we didn't have our five senses, or if we couldn't walk, or if we couldn't, if you can't see, that's hard. That makes life totally different than when you can see. Same thing with hearing. Walking is big, of course, and being able to take care of yourself. Some people can't take care of themselves. Even being able to shower can be hard for people. So the little things, live your life. Those little things are your life. And really be in the moment with all of them instead of, oh, what's the next task I got to do and all of that. So we kind of self-abandon again. We're not really fully immersed in our lives in that moment. We're more future-based. And I think that can stress us out too. So I'll talk about stress in the future videos too in more depth, because we've got so much chronic stress going on in the world too. Chronic stress, chronic pain, loneliness, obesity, and just sedentary lifestyles right now. We've got a lot of that going on. And Alzheimer's and dementia are going to be getting worse. And so we've got to do something to change up our brains and the way we think, and then get into our hearts and concentrate on how we're feeling and where the emotions are landing in our bodies, and put all that together. And so yeah, remember to go back to Gabby's little thing here. Make a list of all the areas in your life that you're lacking the belief that the universe has your back. The universe always has your back, no matter what's going on. It's just you and the universe. You've got the power inside of you to create anything you want, to create worlds, as Esther Hicks says. You've got the power in you to create worlds. Everything you need is within yourself right now. You don't have to go anywhere to get it. It's right there. And so, but you're doubting certain things about yourself. So write those down. What are my doubts? Where is this coming from? Why do I believe genuinely that the universe doesn't have my back? Well, that's from the past, and it's from past evidence. So that kind of stuff is a lie. That's programming from the past. And so when you shift your state of being and you shift your identity now, you won't have those same past events, because you're not the same person anymore either. So we just have to practice changing our states during the day. We can think a good thought, feel 1% better. Just what's something that feels a little bit better than the thought I'm thinking right now? Is this a thought that hurts me or serves me? Am I being mean to myself? Do I need to stop doing that? It's becoming aware. I think awareness is number one, really. And then learning to interrupt that thought pattern and shift it over into something that actually is going to make you feel more successful and more happy and more connected to yourself. So I think I'll end this ramble on that. So in the future, I've been thinking about this because, again, I'll sit down to do these videos. I forget all the goodness that I thought of during the day. So I might have to do spontaneous recordings in different areas of the house, like wherever I'm at that time. I'll just have the camera with me and pop it on. If I'm in the car, the same thing. I'll just have to figure it out. So, but until we get to the end of these videos, I'll probably just keep doing this, or maybe I'll experiment. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But if you have any ideas for me, let me know. So, hope you guys are doing amazing as always. I appreciate you all. Remember, you're so loved. Pass that on to anybody who you feel might need to hear that. I think everybody needs to hear that. And remember to look in the mirror and tell yourself that. And tomorrow when you wake up, tell yourself you're amazing and you look amazing today and you're awesome and you're so powerful and all of these things. Tell yourself you appreciate different body parts and different things about yourself that you love. I love your sense of humor. You have an amazing sense of humor. You're so intelligent. You're so awesome in all these ways, and list them. The clothes fit perfectly on your body. They make you look so great. Oh man, you look younger every day. Like you look amazing. Whatever you need to tell yourself, just start talking to yourself like that. You're hearing yourself all day long. So make sure you're being nice to yourself. And remember to appreciate yourself, because what you appreciate appreciates. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.